Has it ever happened to you that, let's say, you want to record your sessions for logging reasons or say for flexing reasons, but you do not have that good of a device, you do not have that storage left that you can record a high quality video file? Is there a utility that takes up less resources, runs on merely 2 megabytes of RAM, very optimized, and is a very small executable and readily available, so you don't even have to install it? Well, there is. For Linux systems, there is a command that is called script that is readily available in almost nearly every Linux environment, and it can be easily used to record your sessions. And the output file is just a normal text file, so it is pretty small. So let me show you without wasting your time. Let's read the man page first, because that's what good people do. If we read the man page, it is used to make TypeScript of terminal sessions. And how do we replay that? We replay that with script replay. That is the command utility that is shipped together with this. And now, there is something. By default, if you use this is going to output that. But you cannot replay it without something that is called timing log file. It is necessary to replay it. Without wasting your time, without reading the whole man page, although you should read it, there are pretty cool things that you can do with this. I am going to show you the direct answer without wasting your time. So the command itself is script. Then we use the hyphen capital T. You notice capital T, and then we give it a time log file name. In my case, I use time log file.log. You can use any name, it does not really matter. So we are in current home directory, and there will be a file created after this script command ends called timelogfile.log. If we press enter, script has started, output log file is TypeScript, timing file is timelog. Of course, let's run some commands. Script started recording from here, and I am going to end right here. So let's exit. So script recorded all the things that I did from here to here. There are two output files, first of all, that you need. First of all, when we do not give it output file, remember, time data is stored here. Where is the actual text data stored there? Because script does not rerun the commands, it only stores the output and the input. So let me show you. It is stored in a file called TypeScript. That is the default name that it uses. You can see it looks like this. Pretty interesting in my opinion. If you try to read this file, and if you remember, we talked about console codes. This is just escape sequences that is used to set up colors and manage whatnot. Everything works with that. And then you can read something. Some of this are just normal text. You can see symbols and whatnot. When I was in text editor, you can see this and whatnot. This is the actual text output file that it uses to display it back again. Now, let me show you what the size is. If we use the du command, you remember that. So TypeScript is just 140 kilobytes. And timelog file is 12 kilobytes. So the files are pretty small, even if you are doing complex things and complex outputs. Now let's replay that. How can we replay that? How can we view that? Remember the script replay command? We are going to use that. How are we going to use that? Before I do that, let me change my environment. Let me use bash. Why? Because I want to show you that you don't need to be in the same environment to replay it. You can send it to your friend or anybody and they can replay it too. So let's just create the screen properly, and then what files do we have? Timelog file.log, and then there is TypeScript. These are the two files that we need. TypeScript is already pre-assumed when we don't give it output file, so we do not need to mention it, but we need to mention this one. So we are going to use the script replay command. Now, last time you used capital T, this time we are going to use small t, and then we give it the timelog file name, and then we press enter. By the way, if I was typing something, there would have been keystrokes register here because the key visualizer is on. Let's just wait, and you can see it is doing things that I did before. Just look at it. It is replaying the whole thing. Again, it is not running the command. It has just stored the output, textual output with colors in the file, and using the time log file, it can replay it. So that's just it for this video. You can use this to create your log files or flex with your friends. And is there an alternative to this command? Well, there is. This is readily available in every system. That's why I decided to make video on this. But there is an alternative that is widely used these days. That is called ASCII-Nema. I am going to mention that in my description. You can research about it yourself. It is pretty easy to use and well, pretty helpful too. Things like this. By the way, the binary itself, the code itself, the script command itself is pretty small. It is very small. Like let this thing replay. Let's open the new environment and let's search where the script command is stored. User bin script, and then let's check the binary file size. 84 kilobytes, readily available. The size is small, the RAM consumption is small, the disk users are small and whatnot. The only thing it requires is just two files, an output file which is by default TypeScript and a time log file. And then you are ready to record your sessions. You can share it with anyone, replay it. You can use whatever you want with it. That's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.